Hey, hello guys, welcome to the Python tutorial session. Yeah, uh, today I'm gonna cover two concepts. Yeah, one is the user input, and the next is the casting. Yeah, okay. And these two concepts are pretty simple, pretty easy. And the right hand side is the Visual Studio. I'm gonna demonstrate my Python code to you. Here, I hope you guys have your own IDE. IDE is the Integrated Development Environment. So it is IDE. It's IDE. Okay, let's get started right now. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna cover is the user input. So let me introduce what is the user input. It's really easy here. So user input is just being it's like it means when a user like you input something from the keyboard to the code. When you execute the code here, when you input something here, you output the same results back to you. So here's the basic user input. This concept here is the number, is the variable, and it is the input function. It's really important function you need to know. It's the built-in function. Let me here example here. So enter a number. So it's the same like here, enter a number. So this is the input function. Input function is just it literally means you input something. Like if you try to 23, print 23. So 23 will be saved to this number and print this number. So 23, 23. That's it. So it's really pretty easy. So if you try it again, and the second, first, the first, one. Okay, yeah. Second number, first number is like a 10, 10, 10. The second is the 20. So you put the same 10 and 20, 10 and 20. So, and here I'm gonna say that 10 and 20. What is the data type of 10 and 20? Is it the ints? int? Is it ints? Is it belong to ints or the flow or the complex? It doesn't. So the input function, no matter you input what kinds of things, it will convert to the string. I mean, it's the string. Everything is the string. So let me try one more example. So enter the first this one. The second is special characters. So if you believe that is the ints, it should be an error message, but it doesn't because it's the string. So you can see number is the string. Number one, number two is the string. So here, because we have introduced the input function will convert the input your data input data to the string. So I mean, if you try 5 plus something, the input that the number one. So if you try, if I try 10, yeah, I expect it should be output 15 because 5 plus 10 is 15, but it doesn't because it is int and it is the string. We can't use the ints, we can't use the number to add something or minus or multiply or divide by something, that is not the number. So it's the string, it's the sentence. You can say sentence or character. So it does not allow. I mean in Python, not JavaScript. JavaScript allows that. JavaScript allows it, but Python doesn't allow. So if you try, it is 56. It is 56, but it's string. 5 is the int, so it will have the same outcome. This is string, not the integer. So how do you do? So you could change it to int. So it's the casting. It's casting. Yeah. I'm gonna just cover these two topics in the same time. Yeah. So if you use the int, so force it to convert it to the string, to the int. So 40. 40 is the string. So number 1 is the string. Yeah, it's string, but I try to convert it to the ints. But here is the ints as well. So plus 5 plus 40 is 45. So it works. So so that's how Python works here. So I hope you understand like this concept. It's really easy. And here's some combination here. So here is 5 basic. Here are the 5 basic, really basic data types. Now, what if you try 5.0? 5.0 is not as int. It belongs to float. It's float. Yeah, float. Because it has decimal point. Float plus the string, but the string will be converted to the int. Right? So float plus the int. What you output? What you will output? So if I try 40, it gives 45. Because we can say how to say that it's a little bit hard to explain. So when we try to store how many bits in the flow, how many bits in the int, how many bits in complex, the flow is greater than the int. The complex is the greatest. So I mean, if you combine two data types that is int, one is int and one is float, it will give the float. If you try complex number and the float, it will give the complex. The data types. If 3 of them, you use 3 of them, combine 3 of them, it will output the complex, the greatest one, always greatest one. By default, greatest. So if you here, but if you want to if you don't like 25.0, if you want it outputs 25, only 25, not the floating number, how do you do? What should you do? So here's servo method. The first one. So let me introduce one more variable. So it is float because 5.0 is float, and here's int, string to int. So int plus the float is the float. So and now print int, change it to int. Very simple. So 20 plus 20 saved to the number 1. Number 1 is the string, but I try to convert it to the int. Int plus the data type it has the float is 5.0, so it is the data type of the convert. The variable is float. But I try to convert it back. Convert back to the int, so it will be 25. So it's really easy. Yeah. And the reason why these three data types, but you might think that these three data types are different, but just I have told you that the data types, when the data types are different, it cannot be output. But I mean, if they can be calculated, it works. So it's really easy to understand. So 5 plus 6.2 is 11.2. So it is int and it is float. And it is float. So the computer, I mean the Python, the interpreter also recognize this operator. So it allows it to change. But in string are independent. It's independent. It cannot be changed. It cannot be combined with these three types. And here, let me try string and boolean. String here. If I choose, who is the boolean? Boolean function. Boolean. So BOL is boolean. Boolean it has true and false. Only true and false. These two values. Let me see how it works or not. It doesn't work. So which means they cannot be accepted. But boolean can be combined with these three types. Yeah, I mean, if you use true, if it is true, the computer will convert the true to be 1. If you use false, AFALC, it will convert it to 0. So let me see. Change it to it. 4. 4 in the number 1, it is the string, but I change it to the int, so it's 4. 4 plus the true. True, it will convert to the 1. Yeah, it is always changed to 1, and it's always changed to 0. So 1 plus 4 is 5. It works. But if you try floats, so it also works. Floats. Same. 35.0. So the computer assume the boolean can be used as 1 and 0 as a number. Because it only have the true and false. So 1 and 0. So that's it. So here's the first method. And the second method, I'm gonna cover the second method and later in the next tutorial when I will try to I will explain the string. It's on the string format. The next method, it will cover the string format. But now you guys may not understand what is the string format, this concept, what it means. So I'm not gonna cover it today here. So it's the user input, how it works. Is the whole concept of the user input and the casting. The casting it basically means change the int to the float, or float to int, or so just change the data types. But not every data types can be changed to other data types. I mean, string cannot be changed to int. Int cannot be changed to string. So if you don't believe that, I can try. Yeah. Okay. Use the floor. Let's use the floor as an example. Yeah, it doesn't work because it cannot be changed to a number. Yeah. So we understand that. I hope you understand this thing. So and here, but you can, if you try the complex, you can change it to the complex. I hope you understand what does the complex number means. 3 plus 0j. J is the imaginary number, like the I in mathematical explanation. So it's I. So it's the imaginary number is the real number. And here's one more thing about the casting. One more thing. If you try A is 4.45. If you want to change the it to be the float to be inch, it will give you the 4, not 4.45. I mean, it's not one off, it's not one down, one off, one up. No, it just recognize the first, the integer. It ignore the rest of them after the decimal point. So when it's 9, if it's 9, it will change to 4. Same result. So I hope you understand like these two concepts, user input and cast. So thank you for watching this video. So see you guys.